Sharkie Gamer here. So today we'll take a look at the Laser Commander Controller. So this is for the family computer, or Famicom. As you can see, this is the box. It's just a standard kind of silvery grey box as normal. It's got a pic of the controller there, family computer, Laser Commander. On the side's got a picture of the Famicom. It says again the name and the system, same on the side. On the back, it's got a whole lot of information all in Japanese. And down here it shows a pic of the controller. It also points out all the features of it. And down here it tells you what not to do with your controller. So don't pour liquid on it, don't put it in the sun, don't drop it, and don't smash it with a hammer. So that's not what to do. Don't do that, alright? Don't do that. And down the corner here, you can see it's made by Hori. So it's another Hori controller. Alright, so let's open up and have a look. Now you get a bit of papers with it. You get this little bit here, it says Hori. Just like a little warranty card almost. You also get this little brochure here that sort of advertises other accessories. So that's advertising the SD station, which I actually have that accessory and I will be showing it very shortly. So keep an eye on for that. That's another Famicom accessory. Also shows a couple of different joysticks for the Famicom, which I'll probably end up showing eventually down the line. And it shows another different type of cable you can connect your Famicom up to your TV with. So this is the controller itself. Now as you can see, it's quite large compared to a normal Famicom controller. It's massive. I mean, it's as big as my hand pretty much. Now what you'll notice, it's got very few things on the front of it. So that's the port you plug into your Famicom. The main red part here is actually a D-pad. So it's just a giant D-pad. At the top here you've got a player 1 or 2 select. So just select if you're player 1 or player 2. You've got select and start. Now initial glance down the corner here, you think these are actually buttons. It looks like A and B. You'd be wrong. These are actually just LED like indicators. As you can see, they've got little lights underneath them. You can actually see it. These will actually glow red depending on what you've got turned on at the time. So they're not buttons at all. They just look like it. These ones here, these sliders. This one says B. That one says A. They're actually turbo sliders. So when you want to use A, you press A. So whatever speed you want it. If you really wanted A like that, you would do it that, and it would constantly just press A. So they're like turbo sliders. And same with B. And you could put it middle range, or you could just put it the first notch, which means to do a bit, and to turn it off, you just swipe it that way. So you're just sliding it. Now you're thinking, okay, there's turbo controllers for the A and B buttons, and there's a huge D-pad. What's it for? Initially, when I looked at this, I was thinking the same thing. But what I think it's going to be for is this is going to be more aimed at maybe disabled kids. Someone that maybe needs a bigger D-pad and wants turbo because they can't press the button repeatedly, maybe because their hands or they just the way they can't use it. Then the bigger D-pad allows them to actually press it more easily. I mean, when you think about it, something like this something could be used by a one-handed person. You could just turn that and then use the D-pad with the other hand. So I mean, I think it's more of a disabled controller for disabled people, or just in general, like maybe for kids that maybe have a bit of issue using a controller or pressing buttons or something like that. That's what I think it's for. If anyone else knows anything else about it, then leave a comment down below. There's pretty much nothing really detailed about this controller, and I can't read Japanese, so I'm not really sure what the back of the box says on this one. But that's what I think, because also on the top here, it's got a port in here for an extra controller. If you look on the back of the box here, it shows an actually stripped, wired down controller plugged into the top of it. So I'm assuming that's in case you wanted to add an extra external controller into it. So again, that kind of makes me think of disabled controllers, because a lot of controllers designed for disabled people have this extra port in for extra switches or extra controllers or just extra functionality into the original controller that you're using. That's what I think it's for anyway. It's quite a big controller. It's made by Hori, as I mentioned before. It's made in Japan exclusively. It's a really big controller too. Really big kind of D-pad, and just overall it's a really large controller. So it's really easy to get those sliders as well. They slide quite freely as well. So it'd be very easy to change the speed of them, and also press player 1 or player 2 and select and start. And it's got these little feet at the bottom, so that kind of also indicates that it's meant to be sitting on a desk or surface or something instead of just holding it like a normal gamepad. It's actually meant to be sitting on something, so it doesn't move around, and you can see it's quite solid when you put it down. So that again makes me think it's for a disabled person. But overall, it's pretty cool. It's actually very rare to find this, and when you do find it, it's quite expensive. So if you are looking for one of these, prepare to pay a little bit, because yeah, they are quite expensive. But I would say it's worth it because they are quite a rare controller, and for Famicom or Famicom collectors or Nintendo collectors in general, then this is ideal. This is something you need to have in your collection. But yeah, so very interesting, and like I said earlier, if you know anything more about it, if you've maybe figured out exactly what it's for, or maybe you can read Japanese and you know what the box says, then hey, leave a comment down below and let me know. I'd be very interested to know if anyone knows any more information about it, or exactly if I was right, if it is a disabled controller, or if it's just specially designed for kids, or what the case may be. But yeah, that's about all I could say about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment down below if you feel like it. If you like this video, then hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll have a small controller and accessory reviews up very shortly. Thanks for watching, guys.